Alright, let's see if anyone could see this, because I'm using the shitty-ass old, or the new YouTube streaming instead of the classic. Presumably, they've gotten rid of it. Anyway. There we go. And there we go. Hopefully you guys in the chat hopefully I get some people in the chat first of all. I'm not sure if I will or not. If anyone's in the chat, please say hi or something, because I'm not sure if people will see this, because I know how shitty YouTube is whenever they change anything. Oh, and, yeah. Hello, Roland. Glad to see that the chat actually works. And that people were notified that I'm live. I might play around with the settings later if I have to use this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just sort of messing around. I will finish this with Bale. I'm not even doing anything of note. I'm just playing around before I do the patch notes reading. One thing I did read very quickly is that Jatan and his minions will have reduced damage. I don't know how I feel about that. Also, playing Neutral Din. Yeah, Neutral Din I could see being hard. Also, what's this? Stream's bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate. You know what, YouTube? I don't fucking care about your recommendations, okay? Take your recommendations and blow them out your ass, YouTube. Okay, that's just gonna keep popping up. You know what? I'm just gonna move this over and completely ignore it. I don't need them telling me how to stream or what to do. So let's see if I can actually do Astro well. So I didn't actually realize until, I think, Monday that this season was ending and a new one is going to start on Friday. I thought the new season was going to be in like a week or so. And before I go on any further, I'm sorry I didn't get to do Void this season. I'm just doing Astro just for the hell of it. This is sort of the filler until people come into the stream part before I get to the actual stuff that matters. By that I mean Bale and the reading the patch notes. Oh, okay, well, that's gonna hurt. I have to make a new game, but yeah, you can come into the game. Where's Astro? Oh, there he is. Somewhere. Ah. Dude, this isn't a public game. I have to make a new game once this is done. And before I just get a fragment like 2 days before the season ends. And not that I did any Astro farming off screen, but still, that would be my luck. Okay, Astro, why is your AI still active? Alright, let's see how many people are watching now. 3 congruent viewers. Okay, I done screwed that up. Actually, maybe not, if I'm still hurting them. And before they add, before I read the patch notes and see that they added lockout to this area to prevent people from doing what I'm doing. Honestly, I'm surprised they don't add that for Bull Prince Rodeo. Oh! How many can I... Oh yeah, and I have 19 worms, so that means I summoned 7 times. Oh. What? I'm not quite sure how I destroyed a statue there. I see you there, Astro. Ah. Damn. Hey, Peter. Glad to see people actually coming in, since I'm using a different... I'm not using YouTube Stream Classic. I'm using the shitty new one that they want to shove down my throat. Simply because I tried clicking on Classic. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. See, I just tried to go into it and it just fucked everything up. But everything's back. Also, I don't know if I'm... I was gonna say I don't know if I'm dying. Okay, there we go. That was a decent Astro. Not a great one, but it was alright. Oh, that's a really good roll. How about that? Alright, we'll just... I think I'll do Judgment Day next. And then we'll just do Bail and then the reading. Most of it's going to be the... Most of the stream will probably just be the reading, honestly. I could have streamed... I realize also I could have just streamed the reading and nothing else. But nah, I wanted to do this all at once. I'll also put in the description... Actually, no. When the stream's over, I'll post a comment after the stream's been archived when the reading starts, if people want to just skip to that. If you're watching this after it's been archived. There we go. Alright, let's see if I can do this first try. I'm not going for upgrade, I just want to see if I can beat him. Well, by beat him, I mean, get the trophy, get a fragment or something. Whoa. Okay, no fragment there. And I will open up a public game. 30. End stream. Okay. Now if anyone wants to join the game. The game is MXL End Stream. Password is 0131. Sure, let's do Let's at least do the Ancients quest, and may as well do. I'll saw it on area one more time. I see no reason not to. By the way, I did not know that for a fact that the summit was here. I just guessed. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's not really that... That one's okay, but not great. Oh, right. Whoops. Yo. Welcome to the stream, buddy. And, yes, I will be streaming on Friday, for anyone wondering. Luckily, I do not have to work. I don't know what build I'm gonna be, though. I'm thinking Bow Druid, because someone, I forget who it was, I think it was Nucleus 42, really wants me to redo Bow Druid. I only looked at, like, the little preview that MXL posted on the forum, and it looks pretty excellent now. Not to say that Bow Druid ever was bad, because it could kill Sam. Ben proved that. Although he did have the homing Nova shot bow, which isn't even that rare, so... Now, real quick, are there any Ubers that someone would want me to do real quick that I haven't already done just for the hell of it? If there are any, other than like Witch and Gilwa. And I don't know if I can do Belial either. Let me know in the comments before I end the stream. Well, end the actual gameplay. I reckon the reading will take like an hour, unless there's not much to record on. Move back. Oh, right. I went to instinctively attack Dave's Howling Spirit Reanimate, forgetting that he has the trophy for getting the Reanimate. I just thought one just spawned there for some reason. You know, maybe we could do that after... Actually, let's do that after, let's do that after we defeat Bale, if we can, which we should be able to. I mean, you're, what, level 140 now? Yeah, you're 140. Playing with Bloodthorns. And I can just nuke stuff with Dragon Worms. You can solo P4 Fawz. I'm sure you can. And how much life on attack do you have? Because I know you don't need very... I know even 1 point in him can... Or Sanguine Covenant can do really well. Yeah, level... I think I commented to you about the labs. Do you agree with me that the difference between level 10 and level 11 is night and day, as far as how hard it is? It definitely is. I forget what modifier they even added from 10 to 11, other than Phobos can spawn. But yeah, it's... I've been up to 12 with a friend, and you just stay back. Yeah, I have no desire to ever try completing lab again. Alright, so, get rid of your summons, because your summons... If you have your summons here, it'll just make the fight more difficult. I know I repeat this every time, but, whenever Bale hits something... Oh, hi, Death Warden. Glad to see you could make it. Yeah. Oh, I'm saying this for everybody else who might not know. Whenever Bale hits anything with the cold pushback note thing and with Harbinger, whether it be a summon or you, he has a chance to summon something. Like right here. Yeah, like right, yeah. As I sit back and let him do all the work while I just summon my worms. Okay. Okay. Oh, I heard Andariel there. Oh, you're in... Oh, man, you're definitely in between a rock and a hard place. Alright, let's see if we can lure one of these away from the other. Come on. Oh, boy. Well, at least I think I got Bale away from Diablo. Now you whoa, 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 whoa. I did that on instinct. Okay, cool. Uh-oh. The mana on Unholy Melee could be a problem. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it can be midgetated if you have... I forget what the item is, but there is an item. I think it's Astral Blade that gives a lot of mana on attack. Actually, does it? I know Bojakia did have that when he did UHM when it was first buffed. But I think he MO'd. I think he just got a bunch of MOs. With mana on attack. But yeah. Yeah, for sure, mana on attack, or mana can be a problem. Oh. Oh boy, we gotta get back and fight these one at a time. Bale will just keep summoning more. Using Dux Infernum and it's helping with farming. I'd have to look up what that does. Oh boy. Oh, you were stun locked. Actually, I'm curious. I wonder if someone can post a link to anything in the chat. It gives a lot of Jins and fire damage. Oh, that thing. Is that the one that has like 30-second or 20-second cooldown to Jin or something like that? Oh, wait a minute. I think I could finish him off, maybe. Because I got him away. Excellent! Oh, and I got the World Stone Shard. Woohoo! Yeah, it's actually... Too bad it doesn't matter, since I'm not going to be doing anything with this. Let's see. Yeah, it's been a while since I've ended a playthrough on Bale. It's been quite some time since I finished with Bale, as far as new stuff goes. I want to say since 2017. Yeah, we can watch the cutscene. But the gameplay's not over yet, because I still do want to see Howling Spirits fighting Howling Spirits in Bremtown. know, if I ever LP the vanilla game, it'll be so hard for me not to skip cutscenes and dialogue. Just because I'm so used to skipping everything. Congratulations, I have vanquished Bale. Yes, indeed. Alright, new game. Okay. Alright, Dave, I've made a new game. It's called Spirit vs. Spirit. The password is 4011. If anyone else wants to come in and join, feel free. I want to see this.
Good afternoon. If Tyrael says the world stand must be destroyed, then it must. We cannot let Bale's corruption prevail.
Alright. Oh, hi, Death Warden. Alright, here we go. Dave is here. Does anyone have a... Does anyone have... Well, someone can have an Astro Stinger if you guys want. If one of you want it. And there we go. Alright, let's do this. Obviously, we'll clear the path. And oh, nice. We got it. Alright, do either of you guys want a Taha rune? I love how we got that like literally literally about 8 seconds into the Uber. Oh god, there's still a lot of crap around me. I would say I would like to not be... Damn it. I would like to say I would like to not be carried, but let's be honest, I totally want to be carried. Thank you, Dank Commander, aka... Well, Dave. Yeah, just slightly, but no reason to slow down now since we're already here. And maybe I should just stay in town. Well... Well, not now since I'm here, but... Alrighty. Alright, let's see this. So go ahead and solo. Unfortunately, I can't really see anything. I do see Jinns fighting the spirits, though. Oh, hi, Corehard. I hope you didn't post that real long ago. I was just kind of not looking at chat there. Know what this would... This is kind of making me want to see. Now I kind of want to see a Reanimator Necro in the days, from the days of old in this place. Back, you know, when Reanimator Necro could actually be played. You came 1 minute ago. Okay, cool. So I didn't... So you weren't in here for too long. And no, and in case you were interested, no, I have not done the reading yet. That'll probably be once I'm done. Whoa! You guys hit hard. Anyway, that'll come probably once we're done clearing this place out. It was... Okay. Which there was an item back in the past that used to give a Darkstar Dragon reanimate. I forget what item that was. I want to say it was, I forget what that item was, actually. I think that item still exists, but it no longer gives a reanimate. I do know there's an item that used to give... I know I mentioned this before, but... There is an item that used to give Quavsin reanimate. Oh, crap. Ow, 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 ow. Skip the season, focus on IRL issues. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened with me this season. That's why I didn't get to 130. Well, that's part of the reason I didn't get to level 130 and do Void. Yes. Is it too late to level? Yeah, it's too late to level. Yeah, it's too late to level. I really don't want to be bothered with leveling up to 130. I'm only on 126. I'm only on 136 right now. Well, even if I had the Void Ring, I'd still like to... I would still like to see how each of the trials are done, since they are different. And yes, I realize I am killing stuff, which is preventing reanimates from spawning. I hear that Soul of Lust is no longer as bad as it used to be, which isn't saying much, because Lust can be quite a piece of shit. Oh, okay, hold on a sec. Who has the Void Archon? Is that a Void Archon reanimate? Oh yeah, it is. And who has voice Archon reanimate? GG to whichever one of you guys has that. Cause that's like the best. That's like the best reanimate in the game, or at least it used to be, because of Warp Field. Void Archon slows down enemies, lowers maximum life when applicable, and it prevents them from healing. Nagi-Sin got nerfed. That doesn't surprise me. I did read for the patch notes this season that what was it, Artifice Mastery, the one that gives claw block. That one's exclusive to the trapped path now, which I don't know if I ever said it in a video, but I seen it coming. I had a feeling they would do that. ATMG Sin is the best. I had thought of playing ATMG Sin once when they first buffed it. Spam turrets. So basically we're playing as Warhound from StarCraft 2 co-op. For those of you who don't know, I mean, obviously, like StarCraft 2, everyone knows what that is, but if you go under Allied Commanders, aka co-op, the Tychus commander has a mercenary called James Warhound Skies, or Sirius Skies, and he just throws turrets everywhere. Oh goody, we found the captain hook. Yay, whatever. Yes, whoop-de-doo. I've only found that thing about 500 million times across all seasons. I seriously don't think there's ever been a season where I haven't used it. Or where I haven't found it. Is it like... Hold on, let me look at it real quick. Wherever I dropped it. Like... Oh. Didn't this thing have 800 EWD at one point? Now, you don't know what build you should play. For Assassin in general, or just... Assassin, or just in general? Oh. Catch you Friday. Alright. What time do you get off work? Because I will time my stream. I mean, it's not going to launch until 4 p.m. here. So you'll probably be off work by then, but let me know what time you get off work. I'll try a stream so you can be in the chat. Hi Jefferson. How long? What do you mean by how long? Oh, how long am I going to be stream? And you'll be home and on probably at 5. Okay. Sounds good. How long's the stream going to go for? The gameplay won't be much longer, but I'll be reading the changelog. PM me in Discord. Okay, sounds good, dude. And on that note, I think it's time we do a little bit of patch notes reading. Let me just get some stuff situated here. Okay. I should be audible. I see the little bars moving when I talk, so we're good. Let's see. What's the thing for capturing... I forget what the thing is for capture. Oh, display capture. Okay, and yes, I realize that looks quite terrible, but oh well. Alright, I'm opening up a new tab. And because I want to see what you guys have to say, I'll put you guys like over here. Yeah, that'll be good. You guys have any thoughts? I'll just bring it up every so often. Alright, 1.7 patch notes. Alright, let's see. General. Damage shrink. With 1.7 comes the fix for a long-standing Sigma engine bug, which would increase all weapon physical damage from skills by 50%. That means that the current patch is the best time to execute a damage shrink in order to keep all player damage sources in line. It involves reducing all player damage and monster life by around half compared to version 1.6. Additional benefits of this change include further reducing the occurrence of annoying damage caps, more possibilities for us to improve server performance in projectiles versus damage trade-offs, and crucially more aesthetically pleasing number values. Okay, I don't know if that means weapon damage is going to be killed, but I don't know, this could be a buff, could be, well, not a buff. Could be a severe nerf, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see on this, I think. But I guess that'll be here. Alright, what change... Okay, Q&A. What changes will I see to skills? EWD modifiers were reduced. Bonus elemental damage to weapons and skills. Energy damage bonuses. Minion damage modifiers. Damage numbers on skills not affected by previous stats. Okay, so they're just changing stuff. Dude, these means my character got nerfed. They're literally what I just said. No, the kill speed of most builds will not be affected, as monsters have had their HP values halved as well. I wonder if that means bosses will also have nerfed health. Pure WDM builds, including damage conversion, will see a very small reduction in the late endgame to compensate for the fact that competing damage sources were never balanced around the bug numbers. Leech penalty reduced accordingly. What will happen to non-ladder? Nobody really cares about non-ladder, but single player people do care about that. We don't have the means to update most existing item stats. Most of your items will be stronger than intended. Okay, I could see some non-ladder killing extremely powerful stuff here. Was this damage shrink necessary? Yes. Otherwise, it would be worse off compared to other damage types. Why was it made now? Behind the scenes, in addition to our regular patch cycle, we are hard at work on the biggest content drop in history. We want to offload some of the bigger mechanical changes to smaller patches, so there's time for community testing and feedback. So does this mean Sigma 2.0 might come out soon? Because I thought it would go for like from 1.9 to 1.10, but maybe I'm wrong. If they announce Sigma 2.0, I'll be excited for that. Alright. Energy factor and energy bonus damage changes. We have changed how energy and strength factors convert into a spell damage bonus. The problems with the old system were that these factors were completely useless until late game. Yes. 2, the formula was needlessly obscure and complicated. And 3, gaining small factor increments would have no visible change to your damage. In endgame, that's kind of false, but in early game, yeah, it doesn't really mean anything in early game. To fix these issues, we have made the following changes. Energy and strength factor is now no longer related to your total energy and strength attributes. Factor has been renamed to spell focus. New spell focus damages. Percent damage bonus equals spell focus divided by 10, capping at 100%. So every 10 points of spell focus. Okay, yeah. Every 10 points will increase by 1%. This will now grant significant damage for early and mid game while having a reachable cap in end game. Okay, I actually like this one. That means we don't have to invest literally every single point into energy. We can actually invest some in Vit, even though Vit's kind of useless for most builds. We've also made changes to how the spell damage bonus scales with energy. The issue with the old formula was that ignoring energy factor, it would reach heavily diminishing returns very quickly. That's very true. With spell focus no longer tied to an attribute, we wanted to provide more damage scaling from energy in late game. For example, with the old formula, at 1,000 energy, you would have gained 80% of the total damage bonus. Now, to reach this point, you'll need 2,000 energy. I don't know about that. Oh, and, actually, I need to... Melee Necro is pleasure to play. Yeah, Melee Necro is good. UHC, safest bet, and they buffed it again. Yeah, UHC is definitely strong and pretty easy, honestly. I'm just going to look at chat after about every page to see if anyone has anything to comment about the changes. Elemental weapon engine. Elemental weapons now have a dynamic damage display, calculating damage and factoring innate elemental damage bonus. Okay. Fix an issue with throw skill function, causing monsters to reset their seed/AI. This addresses multiple bugs. Slain Souls and Duncraig no longer drop duplicates, triplicates of the same item. What? Okay, that actually sounds kind of cool. Laz, Aldi, and Astro no longer get stuck spawning totems, summons if the player stands still. Okay, I don't know about Aldi and Astro. I don't know if that had to be changed. Astro maybe, but thank God Laz no longer gets stuck spawning totems. Thank God. Giowa Nest spawn cooldown should properly work. Yeah. Allegedly, it was on a timer of every however many seconds. I beg to differ. I've done Giowa before, and it seems random. Or it seemed random when I did Giowa a few seasons ago. Fixed a bug that prevented new lines from being entered in the realm profile description. Fixed bug that caused Heradric staff to disappear when interacting with items while it's in the tomb orifice. I've never had that, but good. Monsters using SOR have the skill replaced, as it'll be too lethal after current patch changes. You get one shot by shower of rocks. I don't know. Mercenaries fixed an old D2 feature where mercenaries hired on later difficulties would have lowered stats. That was always dumb. Modified skill level scaling so that most skills would end up at 30 at max level instead of being lower, not scaling. Fixed a bug that prevented mercenaries from using potions. I don't know if I've ever had this happen. I might have, and I just don't remember it. Act 1 Rogue. I did know about this. All the mercenaries now can equip class-specific items, as we can see right here. I mean, Barbarian could always equip helmets and swords, obviously. Let's see. Act 1 Rogue. Equip Amazon helmets and bows. I could see this being pretty helpful. By helpful, I mean awesome. 20% increased life. Increased physical damage gain per level up by 66%. Wow, that's a heck of a buff, I'll say. Increased attack rating gain per level up by 33%. Increased base defense. Replace Spore Shot Cascade with Barrage. Replace Death Strike with Aeroside. Didn't they already have Aeroside? Am I thinking about something else? I thought they already had Aeroside. Replace War Spirit with Trinity Arrow. Nice. That's very good. Act 2 Guard may equip Paladin helms and spears. Okay. Right off the bat, oh wait. Never mind. I was gonna say equip that one Paladin helmet that gives Wolf Stance, but that's an O skill, not... It's not like Oriel's Robe, where it just gives you the thing. Also, stances have been changed, which we'll get to. Reduced dexterity gain per level by 50%. Reduced attack rating gain by 33%. Werebear morph duration doubled. Increased defense gain by 50%. Gorefest replaced with Dragonheart. Replace Fortress with Lemures. Oh, so this thing's going to be a good single target killer. Oh, replace Disintegrate with Colosseum. Excellent. Fighter Mage now gains 1% fire cold spell damage per level. Act 3. Iron Wolf may equip Sorceress body armors. Replace Hunting Banshee with Frigid Sphere. I want to say that's a nerf, but Frigid Sphere got majorly buffed, so it might not be. Replace Singularity with Thunderstone. That's nothing but a positive. Replace Punisher with Flamefront. That would be a nerf if Punisher didn't move so slow. Replace Supernova with Tempest. I can't tell if that's a buff or not. Tempest is known for having kind of bad damage, but so is Supernova. Replace Vengeful Spirit with Force Blast. Replace Graveyard with Fire Dance. Okay, I'm thinking this is a pretty big buff. Act 5 Barb. Replace Gift of the Wild with Screaming Eagle. Increase physical damage gained by 33%, reduced health by 20. I don't know, I might actually use an Act 1 Mercenary. And how good... Yeah, I'll agree. The Mercenary skill changes do look pretty excellent. I might actually try an Act 1 Merc. I say that now, realizing I'll probably just leave them dead eventually. Endgame quests. High Heavens, Library of Fate / Column Grad. Ethereals removed unnecessary monster description regarding immunity removal. Yeah, since they removed that. Thank God. Tranathala. Amazons on normal now grant some experience. As long as the experience isn't huge, like, as long as you don't, like, go in there and then, like, immediately power level from level, like, 54 up to, like, 59 plus, then, you know, I'm okay with this. Amazon Warrior no longer has 2.5 chance to proc Aeroside, reduced visual armor. Amazon Defender, new monster, has 2.5% chance to spawn, but it casts Aeroside on death. So basically, if they make this actually look significantly different than this, then that's good, because we'll know where to avoid Aeroside from. So they basically just replace this with an enemy that always does it. Increased health and defense compared to regular Zons can be spotted due to stronger armor, allowing players better reactions. Yeah, literally what I just said. And better chance to drop unique items. So Tranathala might be a good spot for unique farming again. Maybe. Tegonzi, fixed minor pathing issues. You can no longer teleport in places that weren't supposed to be accessible. I'm assuming this is referring to, like, behind trees and crap. Added a golden chest in each of the furthest 4 corners. As long as this golden chest has a chance of dropping runestones and such, then I'm a big fan of this. But don't make it, like, guaranteed, because then you'd have people just touching the golden chests and exiting the game. thus making actually farming Tegonzi useless. Triune. Enlarge several pathways and greatly reduce water in tree-covered surfaces, resulting in 30% gain in monster spawning area. More monsters, more experience, more SUs, more cycles. Remove dead ends and smooth the geometry of structures, resulting in improved clearing flow and minimized backtracking. Yeah, thank God. Rework the zone surrounding Lucion's location to avoid artificially hindering the mechanic of the boss encounter. I don't know what that means, but I'll be doing it next season, so we'll see. I just hope it means Lucion follows me better. Increase monster density by 10%. Total monster count over 50% due to the map size increase. The Bastion now features 5 hidden golden chests. Is that the prison area that remained useless for a long time? I might have to check that out if that's what it is. Lucion increased movement speed. Yeah, thankfully. Golden Cycle. Now looks like an actual golden cycle and can be cubed like other cycles. Limit of 1. Celebrant of the Triune. Taroja, Celebrant of the Triune. Reduced movement speed. I hope it's by a huge amount, because I'm tired of having to run after these bitches. Dimensional Labyrinth. Garbad now drops an extra set piece. Corrupted Amazon. Spellbind duration doubled. Increased damage by 20%. Reduced life by 33%. Amazon, I want to say, is generally not terrible to deal with. Corrupted Necromancer. Removed Abyss Knight sounds to alleviate lag. Increased melee damage and attack rating. Fixed a bug with the T13 modifier, occasionally causing huge burst damage. I assume this is like the one enemy that randomly one-shotted me. Restored to T13 to 200%. Ouch. That's gonna make tier 13 harder, and that's as far as I've ever gotten. Added information about gained elemental resistances over Hellbase to mod list. Increased monster weapon or physical damage in T15 by 25%. Does not boost the 13 modifier. Monsters on floors 10 and 12 through 15 now spawn closer to the entrances. If that means the portal, then seriously, fuck you, because that happened way too frequently anyway. But if it's not the portal, then I don't care. Guest monsters have a higher chance of dropping rift stones. Increased tier 14 drop chance, reduced 15 drop chance. Tier 15 can no longer be obtained by the 3x14 cube recipe. I'll admit, when I did Labyrinth with UHC, I forgot about this recipe. But yeah, that hopefully reduce chances that no bosses spawned abyssal shrines. Yeah, I had that happen. Demios, upon death, now makes all allies invulnerable for 12 seconds in order to address some exploits. Am I going to play Druid in the new patch? More than likely. Because I've seen some of the patches. Also, let me look at my OBS window. Okay, we're all good. I've seen the changes in the preview to Bow Druid, and I'm thinking I'm going to play Bow Druid this season. Endgame Dungeons. Invasion. Riftwalker. Damage and life increased by 10%. Now drops one item, but can drop higher tier bases. This will still be easy. LAJ reduced boss and minion damage. I mentioned this when I killed LAJ earlier. Rathma Square Primus. Replaced attack skill to do more reasonable damage. Doubled health, but now occasionally respawn gore crawlers on kill. Wait. Oh. Okay, so when he kills something, he can respawn gore crawlers. Ooh, so that means... So that means if you come in with weak summons, you could end up making the fight a lot worse. Quaffsin now absorbs 50% poison damage rather than 75%. Quaffsin was still usually pretty simple anyway with poison, wasn't he? I don't know. Cabraxis no longer has 50% chance to avoid, but now receives half damage. So if you do I guess if you come in with a bunch of damage, you can hit him. I don't know what the point of this being changed was. I guess more consistent damage. I don't know. Ghost of Old Bremtown. Bremtown quest giver trap can no longer be killed and fail to provide the required state. Maybe that's why you don't come in with summons. Anyway, Yashari Sanctum. Every zone now contains viciously guarded golden chests located in few dead ends. Yeah. Phantasm of Terror. Revamped to remove narrow corridors and simplify the overly frustrating path structure. Figment of Pain. Removed excess trees, fixed some unwalkable tiles. Snare of Destruction. Relocated Gemini hunters to spawn in wider areas. Zaxix. Penitent fire damage reduced by 25%. Yeah, okay. I mean, you'll still get killed really quick by these, so... I do like this change, but you'll still get killed by them pretty quick. Book drop now made significantly more rare to correspond with limited use cases. I don't even remember exactly what the book can be used for. I think it's used for a Laz charm upgrade, and I forget what else. Maybe for Valkyrie's Prime. Astro. Frozen Orb and War Spirit damage reduced by 33%. I could see people showing off by face tanking this crap. Unless it will still destroy you, I'm not sure. Removed a cumbersome corner pillar and slightly opened some passages. If this corner pillar is what I think I'm thinking about that they removed, then that corner pillar can go fuck itself. Thank God. And widening passages, I don't care about that. Sleep base charm now rolls 0 to 1% individual max resists. So I could see people farming this until they get a 0.1 or until they get a 1% all max resists. Sleep plus Laz no longer adds max resist, but double HP and speed bonuses. I'd have to look at what that actually does. Hold on. What does it do? Where's Lazarus? Maximum life. So it goes from 10% to 20%. And goes from 25 cast and attack speed to 50. Nimir's... Oh wait, I already read that. Spirit World. Spirit World. Reduce the Twister hitbox of Giowa's teleport attack. Giowa now has 30% poison length reduction. Was anyone actually using poison against Giowa? I actually don't know. Soul of Pride can no longer be killed with Incineration Trap. I would like to see someone kill current Pride with Incineration. Aldi now has 30% poison length reduction. I'm guessing this is to counter Carpet of Spiders and other such poison spells. Sam now takes 25% more poison damage. I didn't think anyone killed him with poison anymore since they nerfed, the hell's it called? Symphony of Destruction. Added gaps to fire visuals to improve visibility and reduce lag. NB damage area unchanged. What's NB? Is that the... What the hell's NB? Pentagram spawns slightly closer to you. Nice. Slightly reduced chance of a double Void Star occurrence. That's that one item that he drops. Bonus quest timing window now 30 seconds, down from 60. So, makes it harder. Druid got a hell of a sheet. Didn't bother reading. And Druid is going to be the new meta. Yeah, in the preview for this patch, they mentioned that Druid is the least popular character, which I find hard to believe, but I can also believe it myself. Hi, Blue Hedgehog Man. They mentioned the Bow Druid specifically. But yeah, I'm thinking Druid will be the meta, like you said. If you're gonna, and Blue Hedgehog Man, if you're gonna ask about Majora's Mask, yes, I will start recording that in about 2 weeks. I haven't forgotten about Majora's. Let's see, characters, general, miscellaneous. Reduce effectiveness of physical resistance debuffing skills. Reduced fizz and magic resistance of bosses to compensate. Creating a very large damage output between builds with and without them. Now the debuffs are less effective and the base monster resistance is lower. Mana squished. Halved all mana costs and mana replenish mechanisms. Halve the total mana values for all characters. Double damage value of all mana spells, so I guess Mana Sort could be viable now. Change was made to prevent Mana Orb UI from glitching out and associated bugs when going over 65k mana. For those of you who don't know what that is, if you go above that value, it'll look like you have no health or mana. This was very easy to replicate in old versions of Median. As above, most of these changes will only apply to new characters and equipment. Amazon. Balefire. For better performance against teleporting enemies, the number of hits has been reduced by 67% and damage increased by 200%. So that means it would be, let's just say it would be 1,000 damage over 3 seconds. It would be 3,000 damage over 1 second. So this, again, as it says here, better against teleporting enemies like Astro. Ecstatic Frenzy. No longer adds movement speed as skill already provides stamina. Magic damage increased by 28%. I don't know if I like the removal of movement speed. It's like I always feel like you kind of need more movement speed since it drops defense to 0. Defensive Harmony. Increased health when struck by 100%. Bow. Barrage. Flat elemental damage increased by 25%. And Warm Shot replaced skill icon. Moon Queen. Damage and critical strike now only applies to javelins. Did anyone actually invest in Moon Queen without a javelin? No longer gives attack speed or life after each kill. All javelin base speeds improved instead. That, I want to say that completely sucks. I'm not sure. If someone makes a good Javazon and tells me that I'm wrong by saying that this change sucks, maybe. Damage bonus per base level increased by 11%. The damage increase is nice, but the life after kill is what kept you alive. Oh wait, base speeds. Actually, that might be better for boss killing after reading that again. Assassin. Modified skill icons for multiple skills. I'll do one character at a time, then check chat. See if anyone has anything to say. Storm. Increased, and this modified skill icons, whatever. Storm. Increased area of effect by 21%. Now scales with total energy instead of base energy. Now drains 10% of your maximum mana per cast. Ooh. That... I don't know. Now heals a percentage of maximum life if you cast it with at least 10% unspent mana. Heal percentage per cast goes up to 10% depending on points in the psi tree. Tooltip is now accurate in damage per hit and DPS. Pinnacle can now be turned off. I don't know what Pinnacle is, but I haven't played with a caster Sin in a long time. I want to say that this is still going to be inferior to Shuriken Flurry. Maybe I'm wrong, but I want to say this is going to be inferior to Shuriken Flurry still. Again, I'm waiting to be proven wrong on that. Claw, Anathema. Now also affects monster range weapon damage. I'd have to look and see what these even do. Now always reduces elemental damage by 20% regardless of monster stats. Throw Sin. Scorpion Blade damage increased by 15%. Witch Wind, main projectile speed increased by 25%. Spiral animation is now 60% faster. Nova now has 11 missiles up from 8. Rift duration is 4 seconds. Scorpion Blade, wasn't this the one people used for single targets? Or no, that was Storm Crows, never mind. Or Maelstrom if you got your dexterity high enough. Naginata, backstab, reduced uptime and bonus magic damage by 25%. Shadow Refuge, fixed poison spell damage tooltip. Alright, Barbarian. Titan's Fortitude. Now always lasts 60 seconds. Up from 30 seconds. Thank God. That was annoying to have to cast that constantly. Summoning Shamanic Trance. Removed the player buffing aspect of the skill. The mechanic of dumping all your points in the summon tree was never used for normal play as intended, but only for janky boss Zerg builds. Huh? I think I've only ever played a summon barb up to like level 60 in Ultimative. Dumping all points in summon tree was never used for normal play as intended. Wasn't that... Couldn't that be considered normal play anyway? I don't know. The wording of this kind of confuses me. Anyway, here's the big one. Stance. All stances have been changed from auras to buffs, thus freeing up the right mouse button for skill use. Hallelujah. Hallelujah to this. These buffs last 20 minutes, overwrite each other, and can be turned off upon a recast. O-skill version of these skills have been replaced with auras, where possible, and replaced otherwise, to prevent pre-buff abuse. So, hold on. O-skill version have been replaced with auras. So does that mean that if you equip a Act 2 mercenary with the Paladin helmet that has Wolf Stance, it'll apply Wolf Stance to you? Because if that's true, that's going to be really excellent. O-skill stances will overwrite Barbarian stances if present. Lion Stance. Maximum physical resist penalty reduced from -25 to -15%. Eagle Stance. Removed lifesteal bonus did not fit thematically with the other stats. Agreed. Added innate elemental damage instead of 5 plus 3 divided by base level up to 20%. Storm Blast, damage increased by 13%. This did not need to be increased. As I'm sure most of you already know, that Storm Blast with the right gear can already fucking one-shot almost every boss. And can kill Sam and Demios in less than a minute. So what? We need to be able to kill Sam in 40 seconds instead of 60 now? Berserker, Blood Hatred, removed life degeneration. Doesn't that... This used to add life on attack. Does it add life on attack or life regen now? I'd have to look. Ice Burst, damage increased by 18%. Yeah, this needed buffed big time. Thunderslam, replaced the icon. SOR, Shower of Rocks. Reduced performance impact, synchronized damage, and graphics better. Reduced delay between attack and rockfall. So it might actually be usable as a proper attack. Concentrated rockfall in a smaller area to make it better at single targets. Fix the skill blocking other abilities with next delay from dealing damage while it is active. I didn't even know this happened. Weapon damage increased by 80% with a 1-second cooldown. So this might actually be a pretty good single target skill. Placed attack speed debuff with -5 to Fizz Res. That's much better. Increased movement speed debuff to -25%. Changed attack rating debuff formula to -10 plus 1% per skill level. Bonus magic damage now depends on base strength plus total weapon damage modifiers. Bonus magic damage now scales 5% per base level, up from 2%. Reduce proc chances to them ignoring cooldowns. Snake Bite. Damage before skill level 28 reduced by 20%. I'm guessing to not be completely broken in early game. Actually, wait, skill level 28. That would be... Oh, wait, that's soft and hard points. Reward Immortal, fixed tool cap error, or tooltip cap error, sorry. Nephilim Spirit, clarified on tooltip that it also affects your ancient spirits. Crap, where's my water? Okay, I'm gonna get some water and then we'll read Druid, the main event, quite frankly. I'll be right back. Alright, it was actually... It's further away from me than I thought. Whatever. Any new SM64 ROM hacks I'm playing? Planning, I'm playing the unused levels hack of Star Revenge. Most recent version. Speaking of which, I gotta record another segment of that today. Yeah, I'll call that one the Uwu hack. Alright. Druid, Mark of the Wild, can now be used in town. Thank God. That thing should have always been able to be used in town. Updated icons. Druid, fastest bow animation sped up to a minimum of 6 frames. Wow, 6 frames. Crossbow animation down to 7 from 8. Hell yeah. 6 frame attack speed. Let's go. Seer is now a devotion. Elemental, renamed to Ember Spirit, increase damage per skill level after level 28 by 25%. Hunting Banshee, double damage at level 1. Rain of Fire is now level 12. Concentrated Projectile Cascade for better single target. Increased projectile splash radius. I would be interested to see someone do an elemental Rain of Fire against stuff like Zaxix. Or not Zaxix. Well, him too, but Astro. Reduce delay between cast and rain. Reduce performance impact. Half hits per cast for better performance against teleports. Damage increased by 164%. Okay, I could definitely see Ben or someone killing Sam with this. I could see it happening. Mana cost increased by 20%. That would only be a problem if you were fighting Sam. That would only be a problem in the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, this will not matter at all. Yeah, I would love to see someone actually play a elemental druid now. In before people want me to do it. Pagan Rites is new a passive aura mechanic, level 18. Gives druid the innate power to consume nearby bodies automatically over time. Now provides 5% elemental spell damage per base level, replacing spell damage from Symbiosis Vine. So basically this is gonna... So does that mean I can't... I'm guessing this means I can't use it with other trees, which is a little sad, but oh well. Healing amount is flat rather than percentage based. So I'm thinking this is just going to be buff city. Base points increase healing by 20% per level. Aura effect requires a druid staff to work or obtaining the class charm. So this was completely pointless because no one's ever going to play the game without getting this. If it was aura effect requires a druid staff and this to work, then it would be pointless to invest it in early game. Previous skill is now available as an O skill proc under the name Pagan Ritual. Hurricane, mana cost growth per level reduced by 33%. Clarified on tooltip, skill is not affected by cast speed. You now receive a 50% damage reduction multiplicative against all sources while channeling. Multiplicatives. Wait, does that mean you get more and more damage reduction while channeling? Because if that's what that means, I could see that being really broken. Life leech reduced by 33%. Nature, renamed skill tree from corruption. Poison Flash, renamed to harvest, revamped mechanics, visuals, and sounds. Sorry about the scrolling. Damage increased by 30%. Now restores 5% of your health in a second. An increase of 0.5 per base point. No longer causes attackers to be flee or become slowed. Now gains bonus damage from energy rather than strength, which is apparently a damage buff. Poison skill duration synergy is now 10% per level. I don't really see people really using this. Plague Avatar, renamed to Infected Roots. Revamped visuals and sounds. Clarified the skill deals more damage at the center, but nothing really to write home about here. Life Shield, renamed to Barkskin, is now a level 18 nature skill. Let's stop right here for a minute. If this means that I already get the... Actually, I'm going to read everything first. Meaning it can be attained much earlier than before. Slightly reduce health and defense bonus to compensate for lower level. Yeah, I was going to say, if this wasn't here, then this would be ridiculously overpowered. Now has an earth link that determines passive efficiency. 5% per base level up to 100%. So that means invest 20 points in it, and you're good. Acid Fiends, now renamed to Harvesters. Modified sprite can cast Harvest, aka Poison Flash. Chance to cast spell on attack increased by 33%. Mana cost increased by 20%. Acid Aura now works in town. Mana costs, that's not really a big deal unless you're losing Acid Fiends constantly. But if you are, that means you don't have enough points into, or you don't have enough minion life. Which means either you simply don't have much health in your Acid Fiends, or you're doing something where it won't help you. Hunter, here we go. The entire Bow Druid tree has been overhauled, featuring a new pseudo-resource system called Steady Aim. Laughing Ghost, replaced with a new skill called Steady Shot, a piercing shot which fires spikes as it moves, dealing 80% weapon damage and bonus fire damage. Gives you Steady Aim. Disables non-hunter range skills. Grants you a bonus to all skills while you have Steady Aim. This bonus increases with base levels. Yeah, goodbye Laughing Ghost. Fuck off. Nobody ever liked using you anyway. You were always inferior to Fragmentation Shot, and more importantly, you were always vastly inferior to Buckshot. Cascade, and I know those were not Bow Druid skills, but I don't give a shit. Cascade, overhauled completely, now requires level 3 to learn. Rains arrows on a very large target area, dealing 90% weapon damage and heavy fire damage increasing with base levels. Bonus fire damage increases more substantially per skill level at higher levels. Requires and consumes Steady Aim. So would this be use Steady Aim, use Cascade, use Steady Aim, use Cascade, rinse, repeat? I could see that being pretty annoying, but also very, very helpful if you do enough damage and want to micro that much. Spore Shot, renamed to Heartseeker and replaced, not to be confused with the Sacred Unique Heartseeker. I think there's a Sacred Unique called Heartseeker, and replaced with a version of the player favorite Homing Nova Shot. I love this change. I love these changes already. This is your single target skill, dealing 110% weapon damage and heavy fire damage, increasing with base levels. Bonus fire damage increases substantially at higher skill levels. Requires and consumes Steady Aim. Elfin Arrows, renamed to Pathfinder, no longer gives bow physical damage and crushing blow. Now grants Deadly Strike and innate elemental damage, scaling with skill and base levels. Enemy cold and lightning resists are now reduced by your Fire Pierce. This sounds so awesome. Now grants movement speed, 5% plus 1% per skill level. Bear Companion, new hunter skill, replacing Nova Shot. Summons a sturdy bear, which draws enemy aggro and attacks in melee. So this is the summon bear from Vanilla D2, it looks like. Not affected by minion damage stats. Inherits weapon, physical, and elemental damage. Elemental stats such as damage, attack rating, Ellie Pierce, Deadly Strike, etc. Inherits your physical resistance. Does not gain elemental resistances per skill level, but has 15, 0, minus 15 elemental resistances on normal Nightmare Hell. Casts Rend and Heart of the Pack. What is Heart of the Pack? Rend is the new Thorn. Isn't that isn't Rend the Thorn Strike replacement? I think it is. Oh, wait. Heart of the Pack makes your hunter skills not consume Steady Aim and regenerates your life. Okay, I should read these before asking questions. Holy shit, they've changed everything on here. Werebear form, increased morph sprint speed. That will be useful for Laz, for sure. Clarified Pharaoh Hunger Mechanism. Circle of Life. Renamed to Hunger. Now adds 4% plus 2% of life leech per base skill level instead of life after each kill. I could see this being a buff in some areas, a nerf in others. Hit recovery now scales with skill level, 10% plus 2% per level. Trap Rat, rebalanced morph to be more agile. Yeah, that'll help with stuff like Kingdom of Shadow, aka Yurei. Greatly increased attack and cast animation speeds, allowing up to 9 frames per attack, up from 13. So that's over a 50% increase. Or, well, actually, yeah, that's about a 50% increase or more. Increase hit recovery animation speed. Reduce projectile count from active skills to compensate for faster attack speed. Enhanced weapon damage increased by 25%. Reduced excess attack bonus speed. Yeah, because you did not need as much as it gave you. Werewolf form. Increased morph sprint speed. Once again, it'll be helpful for stuff like Laz. Clarified Pharaoh Hunger Mechanism. Force of Nature. Renamed to Survival Instinct. Change spell focus formula to 100 plus 10 per skill level. Removed flat elemental damage if you have a source. Now adds 20% of your total strength dexterity as cold damage to weapon. Adds 10% physical resist. Now adds a chance to freeze regular enemies on striking. So this has been buffed, I'm thinking. 10% phys res. That alone is enough of a reason to invest for me, I would say, for a combat build. Vine Companion. Spell damage synergy has been moved to Pagan Ritual. Enemy physical resistances from Petrify doubled. Now also pierces 15% poison resistance. Health bonus per point into devotion skills is no longer capped. Mythal is now the Aeneid skill. Debuff now lasts for a second after leaving field, up from 10 frames. Symbiosis no longer adds spell damage, now included in Pagan Rites. So those are a lot of Druid changes. Life Shield change is odd. Had survivability issue. Yeah. Well, if you're Wolf Druid before Life Shield, you could die pretty quick. At least in the old days. Putting Mythal for reward. Yeah, but I could see this being another Black Mass situation where you wouldn't use Mythal as much. The corner pillar removed in Astromap is the one one I was thinking about. Keep up the good work. Enjoyed the FFX playthrough. Thank you, Requiem Lux. Necromancer. Increased block speed by 13%. That's good. Crossbow. Widowmaker converts 65% of physical damage to magic, down from 80%. Okay, I would say this is a buff. Let's see. 65... Oh yeah, that is a buff. More life leech. Frostclaw, Fireheart, Storm Eye totems now have 20% base physical and elemental resistances, up from dirt nothing. Slightly increased mana cost. Frostclaw totem. Replace attack spell. The new version will hit less often for higher damage values for better performance against teleports. Rathmas chosen clarified skill to indicate Necromancer minions only. So basically, they took all this work for the Druid. They have about 2 pages worth of changes for the Druid. Like 2.5. And then for Necromancer, just nothing. It's about a third of a page. Vindicate. Maximum life value used for regeneration now caps at 15,000. Oh, what the hell? No, I don't like that. And again, I don't like anything where it caps life regen. Vessel of Judgment, damage reduced by 10%. Mind Flay, damage increased. Shock duration increased by 33%. So the shock is the enemy lightning resist debuff. They buffed Mind Flay again. Slayer damage increased by 20%. Chain lightning procs sped up and bug fixed, resulting in more damage. Attack range increase. I like the attack range increase, but like in endgame, like if you were to do stuff like Sam, Slayer would be useless, but for stuff like Labyrinth, yeah, this would be nice. Symphony of Destruction now gains 5% total damage per base level, up from 4%. And nobody uses Symphony of Destruction anymore as like a main skill, do they? Not since it got changed from poison to magic. Spell focus per base level halved to 4. I'm thinking this was a major nerf to spell focus, but aka energy factor, but who cares? Like this, I think would more than make up for that. Divine Judgment, reduced duration by 17%, increased damage by 27%. Okay, so basically less attacks, more damage per attack to help with teleport bosses. Dragonheart now gives innate elemental damage now from 5% plus 1% per base level up to 40%. You would never hit 40, I don't think. Okay, Sacred Armor. Duration reduced by 1 second. Vessel of Justice, damage reduced by 10%. So basically, they really nerfed Neutral Din, I'm guessing. Well, may not really nerfed it, but 10% damage reduction in both vessels. I still think it will be fine for farming, but it's not ridiculous like it used to be. Just look at chat real quick. Hello, John of Byzantium. Welcome to the chat, and we're about 2/3 of the way done with the changelog reading. Familiar, now a passive instead of a minion with an aura. I do remember reading this too. That's nice. Deal with teleport bosses, but most importantly with Laz, because this thing would just hit a Laz totem and cause you to die. I never did Laz with Sorceress, but I know how that would go if you had a familiar. Poison Hive, removed energy from base vitality. Yeah, because nobody invested in max vit for Hive. Not in a long time, anyway. Now generates a new swarm every 2 seconds. Damage has been doubled again to deal with teleport bosses, I guess. Swarm speed and seek radius increase slightly. Now gains the Witchblood damage bonus at 200% efficiency. Thunderstone, reduced impact volume. Yeah, that was pretty loud. Tempest, extra projectile now every 10 skill levels, up from 5. Chronofield, fixed duration tooltip error. Symbol of Esu, cookie healing now 40% down from 50. O skills, Gamma Field, increased area of effect by 30 seconds and damage by 20 seconds. Field effect now lasts 3 seconds to reduce lag, poison length unchanged. Reduced hit effects to further improve performance. Demonic Speed, halved both damage penalty and speed bonus. What was Demonic Speed? Was that the old, that wasn't Celerity, was it? The thing on Ring of Disengagement? I don't think it was. I'd have to look and see what that even was. Supernova increased maximum damage by 200%. That's pretty good. Medusa now uses A1 animation by default. Trinity Beam, damage reduced by 10%. Seek range reduced by 0.6 yards. I still say that this thing is going to be obscenely broken. I've seen vids of people killing tier 15 foe boss in less than a minute with this thing. I think a 10% damage reduction would still mean this thing's really broken. Rising Dawn. Final explosion projectiles reduced by 20%. Damage reduced by 20%. Whirlpool. Cooldown increased by 0.6 seconds. Kraken Stance. Removed from Affix Pool. Mechanic of dumping all of your points into stances only led to gimmicky usage and made it underpowered for non-barbarians. Even for barbarians, this was still underpowered. At least when I tried it years ago. Searing Orb. AoE increased by 44%. Damage increased by 20%. I forget what Searing Orb looked like. Rapid Warm Shot. Fixed character sheet. Displaying wrong value. Summon Edrium. Halved Avoid. Replace it with... Okay, I already see something I don't like. Halved Avoid. Replaced with 50% damage reduction. Increased health by 50%. But most importantly, can no longer be summoned outside of Taroja. This alone makes both of these irrelevant, I would say. I mean, I realize they don't survive very long anyway, but that means you can't. That means when you need to have a meat shield, you can't have a meat shield. Oh, that'll be interesting to see certain Ubers in action with squishy characters. I just now thought of how fucking awful Zagrel's gonna be. Fire Cannonade. Reduced duration by 30%, increased damage by 42%, less lag. Shunpo. Added weapon restriction text to tooltip. Patriot Sentry. Now placed 8 yards in front of character instead of at cursor. Reduced lag, increased projectile speed, now correctly checks attack rating. Did anyone ever use this? I'm not sure if anyone ever actually used this. ATMG Sentry. Okay, same thing. So you can't just place it anywhere. Weapon damage reduced by 5%, increased mana cost per level. Someone mentioned ATMGs, and I think it was Core Hard mentioned ATMG. And it got nerfed. Cone of Cold, greatly reduced lag. Ice Beam greatly reduced lag. Frozen Crown, reduced lag. Increased damage by 20%. Countdown, damage increased by 500%. Greatly reduced lag. Half delay between cast and explosion. Nova, damage increased by 20%. You'll be able to... Alright, you'll be able to summon them everywhere with Sanctuary set. Yeah, no more meat shields for everybody. Yeah. I didn't even think about Sanctuary set. But generally, I would say... Hold on. By the time you get that set, you have cleared most Ubers. Also, I was just checking my drop frames, make sure everything was okay there. Let's see. Charm to Fragment recipe now costs 20 charms rather than 25. I like this. Health and mana potions no longer cancel each other. I did not know they canceled each other. Rejuve and mana potions no longer dispel poison. I had no idea they did that either. Body armors heavier than light plates have had their base defense increased by 20%. Gives you more incentive to use these, even though I always used ancient armor for tanky builds and quilted armors for casters. Druid bows now require and scale with dexterity instead of strength. Ooh, okay, so we're gonna max dexterity now. Increased damage scaling from dexterity by 20%, but slightly reduced attack speed. That should still be fine, honestly. Elemental bases. Damage increased by 20%. Innate elemental damages stats are now dark green to indicate they work with percent IED. Maple Bow is now an elemental base. Throwing Axe innate lightning damage increased by 11%. Item affixes. Flat poison damage affixes on gear damage increased by 100%. Remove low level affix. Cast it. Chance to cast Fire Dance on level up to prevent newbie confusion. I mean, that is a really shitty affix, but Gall Rune now gives 25 spell focus and weapons down from 30%. Sis Rune can now be unsocketed in case players forget to enhance the rune first. Natasha's Legacy and enhanced runes remain unsocketable. Oh, okay, enhanced runes. Okay, so that's like Sis, for example. I see. And I was gonna comment that this means you can re-roll Natasha's Legacy, but this says no, you can't. Zod Sis rune, fixed stat roll. I'd have to look at what Zod even does. What Zod Sis even does. Oh well. Relic of Yarius, renamed to Hand of Yarius to prevent D2 stats trolling. What? Someone will have to explain this one to me. Relics. Increased drop chance by 20%. Remove certain relics which were misleading, useless, or else. Dead Wall Totem. I don't even know what that is. Dominate. Oh yeah, dominates the charm. Euphoria. I don't know why this would be misleading, but it's not useless. Euphoria is the buff on the Unholy Paladin, well, Shadow Paladin that gave Ellie Pierce. Elven Song, Doom, Exploding Totem, Fear Bomb Totem. Wasn't Fear Bomb Totem the one that caused your enemies to panic and then self-destructed or something? I think that's what it was. Flash Charm, Greater Charm, Homing Nova Shot, Static Ward. Static Ward's useless. Snake Stance, and Summon a bunch of crap. I didn't even know these were still in the game. I thought these were removed a long time ago, to be honest. The removal leaves a total of 300 relics, making each one slightly easier to find than before. Wrath Chosen Evocation Aura now works. I don't know what that does. Someone in the comments would have to tell me. Summon Overlord now adds minion damage. So I could see this being very useful for summoners now. Just look at chat real quick. Zod Rune slows down enemies. I see. And then no more meat shields. Flag it as a relic. Oh, I see. And so you would get the set notification in case you were looking for relics. Ah, okay. I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. Naiad King now adds spell focus instead of charm. Is that the... I think that's the druid tier unique. Wake of Destruction, reduced bonus to spell focus. That's the Greaves. Staff of Roses, reduced bonus to spell focus. I think that's the War Staff. Sacred Uniques. Silks of the Victor fixed a bug where Nephilim Spirit was aura was adding less damage than intended and not adding innate Ellie damage. Despondence. Fixed magic damage increased by 11%. Bitter Harvest. Magic damage gained from dexterity increased by 33%. Ranger's Disguise. Max Ellie res pierce resist penalty reduced to -1%. I forget what that one even is. Stormblade. Removed HP and life on striking. Increased IAS is now hit recovery speed. Ellie Pierce is now 50%, down from 60. Now adds 40% dexterity. Radiance now gives 2 spell focus per light radius, down from 4. I seem to remember this still being garbage. Unless you built your character the right way. Atomus now requires level 120 due to it being wearable multiple times. All stats bonus is now 20 plus 20, down from plus 25. Dakana's Fist, maximum experience bonus now 15%, up from 7%. Buried Hawk will no longer drop. It varied too much between useless and incredibly strong, with no interesting way to balance it in between. Also confused players with skills which depended on base levels. I'm going to look that up real quick. Okay. Random ultimate skill. Ah, okay, so this is like a cornerstone of the world. Sort of. Thunder King of that, whatever that word is. Doubled lightning damage to Thunder God Nova. You know what? I'm just going to leave Sacred Unique tab up. Because I don't know what... Is that the one that's worthless? Oh no, it's that one. The one that gives an extra Storm Blast projectile. Lockdown's Visage. LA damage increased by 40%. I want to say that's that one Firecaster Sorceress Armor. Khazar Cap Clarified Orange modifier better. Viper Mandate now gives 3% enemy poison resistance reduction per base level, up from 1.5 per base. Oh, that one. Savage Hunter removed. Savage Hunter was the homing Nova Shot one, right? Yeah. Quavsin's Talisman now adds 15% innate Ellie damage. Mr. Painless now gives dexterity instead of strength. This was the super powerful druid bow. Endless Pride now requires 5 fragments to unlock rather than 10. This is that that Shaco cap, I think. Guardian of Slosglen. Increase Tri-Ellie damage per spell focus by 33%. Replace negative attack speed with 25% minion res. Undead Crown. Deadly Strike conversion doubled due to halving of minion damage stat. Dux Infernum. Fixed summon proc, triggering a short cooldown. We've seen that earlier in the stream. Grave Talon. Fixed proc summoning. Okay. Cooldown again. Reduced proc chance to 20% to prevent excessive resummoning with new lower minion cap. Alnair. Replace summon proc, triggering a short cooldown. Replaced minion damage with 150% EWD. Enhanced damage is now always 200%. I have to look at what that is, too. Oh. Oh, it's that thing. New Sacred Uniques. Removed Colliding Fury. Replaced with new item Gilwa's Grace. Has 200% ED and now adds 70 to 140% or 140 physical damage. Grants level 14 Crane Stance while equipped single wield. Has 9% chance to cast Devastation on melee attack. 125% weapon damage. Screen wide plus. Also adds minus 15 to plus 30 movement speed and reduces attack speed by 40%. That sounds pretty excellent if you know how to use it correctly. Zephyr, new Maple Bow, Sacred Unique, adds 1% attack speed per 25 dexterity, adds 8 to Cascade and Heartseeker, has 25% extra minion resistance, 5 to 20% fire pierce and magic find. I like the sound of this. Void touched, new maple bow, sacred unique. 20% chance to cast corrupted vines on death blow. 200% weapon damage. Corrupted vines. That was Plague Avatar, right? No? Affected roots. What was corrupted vines? Oh, that's. I guess that's a new O skill, or proc rather. Adds 10% Fizz res, 50% Magic Find, 20% Fire Pierce, and plus 400% requirements. So you're gonna need a lot of dexterity to hold this, which won't be a problem in endgame. Adds 5% innate LE damage per character level above 137. I only ever got to level 139. You can... Whoa, hold on. You can greatly upgrade this item by surviving for at least 11 minutes in the edge of nothingness battle without dying. That's the Sam fight. I would love to see someone upgrade this thing. I seriously want to see this upgraded all the way. I'm sure Ben will end up doing it. Or someone like him will end up doing this. Oh, that's no big deal. Requiem. Not a fan of the enemies renaming. Yeah, I just like the old names better. Sanctuary now allows... Okay, Requiem already posted this in the chat, but now allows you to summon Edrium everywhere. Oak's teaching full set now grants 40% minion res rather than a small amount of life after each kill. O skill now plus 10. That's the ATMG Sentry one, I think, right? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm not going to look it up. Werewolf set. 3-piece bonus, strength bonus is now 30%. Physical resistance is now 10%. I'm not sure if that's a buff or not, because I don't use the werewolf set. I never have. Strength is now 300, down from 400. Curse of the Zakarum, swap 2-piece and 3-piece bonuses around. Path of Flame swapped with 10% to max life from full bonus. That was one of the special sets, I think. Satanic Mantra. Replace 3-piece bonus with 50% minion damage and plus 2 necro skills. Bow Druid set. Here we go. Nature's Wrath. Now compound bow base. I want to say that's the worst base as far as damage is concerned. Replace strength with dexterity. Yeah, because they all have added minion life and life leech. Very good. Remove flat LE damage. Because it's an elemental base, I'm thinking. Nature's Will. Enhanced defense is always 200%. Very good. Druid skill bonus increased to 2 to 3. Very good. Crushing Blow increased to 10%. It doesn't work on bosses. If it worked on bosses, I would say this is great, but since it doesn't, this I could take or leave this. Flat physical damage replaced with fire. I don't know if that's going to be a nerf or not. I'll have to play. If I get the Bow Druid set, I'll have to play around with this. Nature's Vigil. Increased maximum enhanced defense and added flat defense. Flat defense, that's an immediate buff, I'd say. Replace lifesteal with life after each kill. That's also a buff. In places like Fostonville. Actually, yeah, it would be a buff in Dimensional Labyrinth, I'd say. Replace resistances with 25% increased attack speed. Definitely a plus. Same there. Replace strength bonus with dexterity, okay. Oh, we're at the end. Nature's Embraced. Removed resistances. I'd have to look at what the resistances even were. Added 25% increased attack speed. Added 10% fire pierce. 2 bonus set piece. Replace attack rating with 20% fire pierce. Yeah, because you don't need attack rating when you're maxing dexterity. Replaced enhanced weapon damage with 10% physical res. Better defense, better for defense. I want to say worse for offense, but with how much this has been buffed already, I don't think it needs more EWD. Full set bonus, added 100% EWD. Replace flat elemental damage with flat physical. Okay, I think I just take back what I said about wherever it was. But let's see. What the hell? I don't know what these are. Are these secret rune words? They might be. Removed useless Moon Queen O skill, added 30 to 50% EWD instead. Brahmin removed blinds attacker. And Dirge now gives dexterity instead of strength. Proc is now on death blow. Isn't that Taha in... I think that's Taha in a bow. A druid bow. Oh, it's Sha'ad. Replaced... wait, what proc? Crucify on kill is now death blow. Oh, okay. Actually, let me look at the other two real quick before I end. Tratar. Oh, no wonder I didn't know about that. Tar. Targe. There might be a typo in your... in the thing. I'm not sure. I know a better way of finding it. Okay, this G needs to be a Q. That's why I couldn't find it. Arrow on striking. Arrow on striking's not a bad proc. Anyway, proc is now on death blow. Enhanced damage roll is now 50 to 200, up from 126 to 154. Okay, and that's it for the changelog reading. So look at the chat one last time. Hi, Samuel22. Alright, so that's it for the patch notes, and that is it for the stream. And it's, unless people want me to play something else, I'm almost certainly going to check out Bow Druid. I think it was Nucleus42 who wanted me to redo that, so he among various other people will be very happy to see me redo that. So, I'll see you guys on Friday.